I'm Azrael Silver, and welcome to a kind of branch off series of something that I already do on the daily. As you guys know, I have a running series, one of my oldest series on the channel, called Showing Off My Art, in which case I show off something that dominates a lot of the kind of art that I do. So like, for instance, this kind of style of art, I call it the paper style. And this is actually the most recent guy I just did. It's, Dark Mecha Mortis. So that's like that. And I showcase a lot of these, and I do them in generations. They span by hundreds. The thing is, I was recently I was doing my co-op, actually I'll explain the backstory here. But anyway, now that it's kind of explained, now that you have context, I'm gonna be doing this by drawers, as I probably said. And so, sitting here at my desk because my phone needs to charge, we are just gonna showcase some of my art stuff that I haven't shown on the channel, stuff from my past. Nevertheless, let's get started. I have no idea how this is gonna go, but I'm gonna start with the bottom drawer, and then work my way to that side. Now there's also a problem here because I have a lot of binders and whatnot. I don't know what to do with that. So first thing in my drawer is this cookbook. Doesn't really matter. Next thing is a paper. I guess it's considered art, but it was something I was very proud of. I did it in grade 8, I believe, and it was this project on The Miz, which is my favorite WWE superstar, and I got a level 3+ on it, which I was disappointed about, because I wrote a lot. At the time, this was like the biggest paper I've ever written, so it's only like a couple pages. Regardless, next thing that we did, that I got in here, the corners are crumbling, is career matchmaker results for CJ Silva. I don't remember what this is. Date printed is January 9th, 2019. So I assume this is St. John's, but it could also be, wait, January of 2019. If it's January of 2019, then no, this is still grade 8. So this is another grade 8 thing that happened. The first thing I got was film editor, and then director, and then choreographer, and then animator, director of photography, graphic designer, lighting technician, acting instructor, art director, digital media specialist, bereavement counselor, addictions counselor, illustrator, humanitarian aid worker, stunt person, costume designer, artist, dancer, sports instructor, adult education teacher, marriage and family therapist, casting director, actor as number 23, camera operator, sound technician, announcer, photographer, clergy, cartoonist, comedian, web administrator, motivational speaker, corporate trainer, image consultant, driving instructor, composer, photojournalist, sports psychology consultant, broadcast technician, and musician. Those are my top 40 careers, and that was from grade 8. So that's another nostalgic thing. You're gonna see like a wide range of things. It's supposed to showcase my development over years in terms of art. Now this is apparently another thing I was very proud of. It's a 10 Commandment project that I did, and it's at some grade. I got a 4 on it. This is from October 15th, 2018, which means this was like towards the start of grade 8. So you can see my 10 Commandments project. This one, the first picture here, it's thou shalt not bear fake witness against thy neighbor. And so he was thinking, well, he was saying blah 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 and winking, and it's just so weird. And then another one, thou shalt not kill. It's a guy running away with no eyes, like half a head, in a yellow hoodie with a gun, shooting another person for no reason. And then there's the next one is thou shalt not have any other gods before me. And for some reason, that's a guy throwing a bomb at 2 buildings. Apparently, I thought that was terrorism. And then the fun one is thou shalt not steal. And so it's just a typical crook. I don't know why I did this, but I got a 4 on it. And that was... That was insane. Apparently, young me was very, very dark. Suffice to say, next is this one, which is another project I was very proud of. We're gonna get to the interesting stuff eventually. But this is from November 27th, 2018, which is also grade 8. And this is, again, another thick paper that I did. I got level 4 on it. And it's about ALS. So we had to do projects on diseases, and I did this, and it was very good, and I did it right. And yeah, it was just so neatly done, and got a 4. Now, this paper is a very loose paper, but it's very, very important to me and to Parker. This is Drill Smash. This is an old drawing of Drill Smash. At the bottom here it says how to beat him, but I didn't know there was an A in there, so it says how to bet him. And basically, the story behind this is that me and Parker used to have a game back in elementary school, and it was about, fighting bosses. It was before Cuphead was a thing. So it's kind of like a boss rush type thing, where we would take turns creating a boss, and the other person would have to defeat it. It was like boss battles in Mario or something. And I got inspiration from Drill Sergeant, because at that time, Skylanders was a very big thing for me and my friends. So the story behind this is that this is supposedly Drill Sergeant's big brother, named Drill Smash. And basically the way you defeat this boss is you can't actually harm him, but he has a gem on his hand. What you gotta do is, because he's so big, you land on his hand, he goes to drill you, and you dodge out of the way so he drills his hand. And that was his defeated look right there. Yeah. So it's a very, like, early on thing. Like, this is probably one of the oldest things you'll ever see come out of one of my drawers. But it was such a fascinating thing. Because, like, that was, me and Parker still talk about this to this day. It's just such an interesting concept, and I refined it. I have a refined version of it from later on. But this is pretty much as old as it gets. Even the paper is starting to get worn. Like, it's old. Next up is this big piece of paper, which is blank, because I have to use it still. I haven't done anything with it yet, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so don't ask me. Oh, yes. This, I've got a 4 on. I got this 4. This is from December 19th, 2018. So grade 8 again. Now, what I love about this one was that this was during a time, this was for English. We had to make a news article on I'm forgetting the it might be called The Perfect Day, just based on what I'm... Oh no, it's called Bridge to Terabithia. So basically, Bridge to Terabithia is a book, it's also a movie, I believe, and we had to read this book. It was part of our curriculum. And so at the end of it, we made news articles, or like journal articles about something about the thing. So my whole thing, and it was very, very dark, my whole thing was imagination takes a child. Because spoiler alert, there's a death in that movie, and it's one of the main people, and it's a child. So I have this whole news article that I got a 4 on, and it's called Imagination Takes a Child, and it's just so dark, but it was so wonderful. The subtitle here for this picture, which was a screenshot from the movie, it says "The Family Without a Daughter," and then the caption under this picture is Terabithia, the fictional treehouse used by Leslie and Jesse, the area which Leslie's soul now belongs to. Like, I was such a dark character, apparently. I don't even know. It's one page. The other page is just the rubric. But it was so dark. It was so dark. But it's crazy. I'm actually having a lot more fun with this than I thought I would. And I have this huge stack of paper. What is this? Oh. Ah. Interesting. So this was during my craze of using big pages of paper to just draw as many characters of a certain franchise as I could. The first of many is one about FNAF. This is my old FNAF drawings. I don't have a date on it, so I couldn't even tell you what it was. But I just had a fascination with drawing as many characters from a franchise that I could on one stage. So we got Freddy locked up in kind of like a brace. Here. We got Freddy kind of locked up in a brace. His foot's damaged. He's got wires coming out of him. And generally, he just looks very pissed off. So there's Freddy. As you can see over there, you got Springtrap with an axe to his head. You got the purple guy dismantling the marionette. You got Golden Freddy. You got Ennard split in half. You got Bonnie, Withered Bonnie just chilling there as Withered Bonnie does, with a hole in the middle of his stomach. You got Withered Chica just sad and whatnot. You got Balloon Boy literally demolished and on a cross. You got Shadow Bonnie that's sitting right there. You got Little Bonbon and Bonnet, which is crazy. You got Foxy, who's just dead. He's got a fire in his stomach. And then you got another, I think that's a Golden Bonnie? I think that's another version of Springtrap or something. I'm not too sure. But at the top it says, "You can't destroy me." So I guess the story behind this is that the purple guy was dismantling all the animatronics, and so they're just lying there in defeat as purple guy has successfully killed them all. I think. Which is just crazy. But that's the first. The second one, I think I was trying to start a comic or something. Basically what this is, at the top here it says villain Iggy Okupa, spelled with a C, so obviously I didn't know how to spell at the time. And then with a slash with chain chomp. So it's got a picture of Iggy in a clown cart with a chain chomp tied to it. It's got Mario as the hero, Luigi as the sidekick. And then for some reason right beside it, it's got this really good drawing. Personally, my favorite that I've seen so far. That says the Gunner. It's like a Transformer type thing. With no other explanation, no reason why. I think at the time I was just limited on paper, so I put that there for whatever reason. But it's like a Transformer-based thing, which is weird. And then on the side, there's a little comic, and it says, "Get back here," as Iggy is still in Stolen Peach. Luigi tries to commit suicide as he jumps out of the Mushroom Kingdom to go chase Iggy. He jumps on his head, Iggy drops Princess, and then Luigi catches the princess. Despite me saying that Mario was the hero, it's apparently just Luigi. Luigi also looks really pissed off, and I feel like if I did this a couple years later, Luigi would have been giving the middle finger to Mario. But that could just be me. So yeah, this one is really weird. I have no idea why it is the way it is, but it's still cool. So there's that. I think this was still during the time period where I liked making books. So, this is all kinds of curse right here. So, this one was me being very, very weird. First off, it's called a Jub/Jawa's purpose. And then in brackets it says totally not like a dog's purpose. Basically, it's just, sorry, you couldn't even see that. Basically, it's just a weird tornado Jawa and a regular Jawa, also known as Jubs if you watched Drunk Minecraft, stealing an R2-D2. And this was done, doesn't even say. but I think it's a movie poster because at the bottom it says comes out whenever. I was being sarcastic about it. So I couldn't even tell you, I don't even know. And then on the other side here, oh, no, apparently according to me, the tornado jub is a jub, not a Jawa. And then over here, we have the most cursed picture of Sonic you have ever seen. I have no idea what this is, but it's called Sonic. That looks about as bad as the first edition of the Sonic movie trailer. You got an MLG thing because that was the time we lived in, and that was the kind of memes that you would see on the internet. And then you got a jub. And then you got what's apparently called the meme ball, which is like a Pokeball but split in half and reversed, so it's kind of like an infinite. And then at the top here, you got Reverse Mario Land, where Mario is stealing Peach from the LOL castle. There's lava right there. It's called Reverse Mario Land. There's a Thwomp with tears in his eyes. There's a Babon that doesn't even care. There's a Goomba with tears in his eyes. There's a depressed Piranha Plant. And there's a Lakitu saying, maybe I should rethink my life. I was a very dark child, apparently. Even back then, by those standards, I was apparently very bad at it. And now comes this. And this is... I think this is during my anime phase. I think I tried to use poses from like an anime book that I have, which I'll show eventually. But I think I was trying to use anime pages to make my own things without actually learning the technique. So I kind of like went into it half-assed is what I'm trying to say. So what you got, and this has got no date on it either. What you got is you got this starting figure right here, which is the pose of a character I never finished. And then you got this dude with very, very long arms, a rocket launcher on like either side of his body, and just the weirdest colors. And then you got this guy with like a bunch of stripes and a scar running down his face, like the biggest scar you've ever seen. And I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. It's the most pointless picture I've done so far, the biggest waste of space. And I just kind of did it. It's literally just kind of there. I think the first guy, the paper is a mirrored version of this guy. So maybe I was making a replica of him or something. I don't even know. But it's so weird. It's like a middle ground between my phase of drawing superheroes and drawing manga characters. And I just kind of, like, I fused the two. I don't even know. Anyway, the next thing, oh, I probably shouldn't show, okay, how much of this is actually, oh, it's all stapled together? Okay, well, this is just work stuff, so we don't need to bother with that. My current place of employment. Next is my script from Stratford, Time Your Life. It's whatever, it's got a bunch of written words on it, entitlement speech at the top. I'm the poet, obviously, but it's nothing too crazy, and so it's just kind of there. I save a lot of my scripts, actually. You'll notice that as we go through. Another book just for the workplace, doesn't really matter. Next up, we got this. This is actually a very recent paper. This is from the 20th day of the 9th month, which is September. So September 20th, 2022. So this was, in the class I just finished doing, and it's Should Voting Be a Paid Experience? This wasn't my best paper, but I felt very proud of it at the time because I felt like I did solid. I got 9.5 out of 10 for thinking and 10 out of 10 for communication. The comment says, overall really good points, definitely had me thinking of a few points to add and dissect. So I did good, I could have done more. So I don't know what that means, but yeah, it was a very good paper, Maybe I'll read it for you guys sometime on the channel. Anyway, next up we got the loaner script, the official copy, the loaner script used in I Chorus, a play by Ian McWethy. Like, this is just an example of all the shit that I went through in May. Look at all that writing, and that's just on one page. There was so much, there's so much in this, and it's just my entire process of doing I Chorus. With, obviously, other people, but still there. Anywho, this right here, this is by me. the title page is called the life map. And so what it's got is it's got like a different part of my life in everything. I think the T, there's like small captions in the letters. The T says us moving from Cambridge to St. George, 2008 Cambridge, Ontario. So I guess it's just like from houses we went down to my house, I guess. I don't know, that's my new house. And then it's got this one, which is half is daycare, half is school, 2009 St. George, Ontario. So those are just two buildings I grew up in. And then the E says this is the kindergarten area at Our Lady Providence. This is a bus, and this is the primary playground. So just, I guess, a drawing of that. Next is the L. The L says later 2011 Ontario, hockey, puck, and soccer ball. So there's that. The I has date unknown, Portuguese, flag representing first trip. So my first of 2 trips to Portugal, there's that. And then St. George 2016, my dog, there's Rocky, whose jaw is so big, it looks like he's a nightmare animatronic. And then you got the E, and it's date unknown, a flag with a no parents symbol, because my second trip to Portugal I didn't go with parents. The M is me happy, me sad, 2018. I think that ties into my depression. I think I was making a subtle nod to that. I don't know. And then A is later in 2018, grad suit. That was the color of my suit when I graduated. Picture right here. So there's that. And then there's August 10th, 2020. A tombstone for my grandfather. So yeah, my grandfather died like 2 years ago. Well, it's coming around 3, but not there yet. So yeah, that's apparently my life map. I got it 100% on that. And it's very creative, apparently. I don't know. Again, kind of dark. And next is this book. I don't know what's in this book, but we're going to look. Okay, I know what's in this book. So basically, something you gotta know about me is that around grade 8, I started transitioning from doing like random papers to doing big projects. Because I felt like they lasted longer and I felt like they meant more. Which I guess you can kind of see as a reflection of my channel because I do longer videos rather than a bunch of small ones, typically. So this big project was filling this entire book with Mario characters drawn in entirely crayon. And I have the crayon kit right there, but I don't do anything with crayon anymore. So this is like my last-ish attempt to do it. So what we got Lava Ball, Koopa Troopa, Bullet Bill, and Torpedo. I didn't know those were called torpedo tags at the time. Transition to this, we got Bullies, we got Womps, we got Pokies, we got Bob-Ombs, we got Thwomps, Paratroopas, Waluigi, and Pokey. So very old stuff. And I was trying to make it very, like, analytical. We got Gold Coin, Paragoomba, Gold Coin, Goomba. It looks like he just crapped a coin, but okay. We got Wario, we got Clone Mario, but I wrote it as Clown. So I guess there's that. We got Mini Goombas, we got Kamek, we got Gold Coin Koopa Troopa, and then we got Peach. They're like that. Peach barely has a face. There's all those guys, a bunch of dry characters. Toad, Iggy, and them. I was actually very proud of Iggy at the time. I remember that. Blooper, I don't know what I was thinking. Spike, I don't know what I was thinking about half those guys. You got Lemmy, you got Dr. Eggad here. I don't know, just a couple more obscure characters. We started diving into Luigi's Mansion territory. We got Goombas, we got Silver Mario, which I for some reason made him looking right at you. It was like a very determined look. We got a very confused King Bob-Omb. We got Lumas, we got Ludwig, we got Bowser, who doesn't fit the whole page apparently. We got Luigi also looking to the side. I think I made him to look very scared. And you can definitely see the progression of this. We got Paper Mario with like the biggest ear you've ever seen. Look at that boy's ear. Such a big fucking ear. We got King Womp, we got Piranha Plant. So you can kind of see the progression of my drawing starting to get better, but they're not there yet. And we got the Goombas and all them, so there's those guys. I guess I should just been doing this. There's all these guys. King Caliente being my favorite on this page. Fanto, someone I'll always pay my respects to. I can't grab it. There we go. Birdo, my wife, Rosalina. Donkey Kong, looking a little young over there. Dry Bowser, not that bad. I actually don't know how long this goes on for. But we got the Hammer Bros now, Mr. Hand instead of Master Hand because I wasn't a professional at Smash yet. We started getting into the cheap stuff, and basically this was one big precursor to my paper drawings. My paper drawings are where they really took off, but we got these guys. This guy's the most accurate, he's just very plain. We got all these guys. This guy was my favorite from this page. He's just cool. Now the Fuzzy I really messed up on. The Dragodon, he's right there. There we go. But we got a bunch of these guys, so that's cool. I think Bugaboom was my favorite on this page. We got all those. Some of these characters I haven't even seen yet in game. We got a bunch of those guys. This guy's my favorite just in terms of color, but I also really like this guy. I have no idea why. But we got a bunch of them. I don't think I ever finished this project. I think this was something I got very close to, but never finished. I like this one. This guy up here. Sorry, I'm looking at this from the camera lens because I'm trying to get through them more. We got the baby characters. We got some of them more RPG style guys. There's the other guy we got. Pretty cool. Oh, you can kind of start seeing the people on the next page. Starting getting into Donkey Kong characters, so there's those guys, which is whatever. I never really cared too much for the Donkey Kongs. And then you can tell we got really recent because there's the Mario Odyssey characters. We got, you know, Pauline, we got the Broods, Cappy. And then the final page is these guys. And these guys I did really well, but you can definitely see like the progression on them. But, you know, I had one page left and I didn't finish it, so that's probably gonna trigger some people. But yeah, that's this book. This book was a big project of mine in grade 8, and I never got back to it, and I probably never will. But yeah, no, there's that. And then there's this. This is just the script for Time of Your Life, which you can check out both the breakdown and the performance of through one of the many ways of looking at it through my channel, I guess. Then you got my script from Sketch Comedy. You also got my script from Sketch Comedy, so that's cool. I got 2 scripts from my Sketch Comedy performances, which again you can check out on my channel, and also the breakdown I did on my channel if you want to check that out too. Then you got just this, which is kind of more personal information, I think. I'm not going to show that just for whatever. You got my script for Clear-Minded Fellow, the first monologue I did, which you can check out. I might as well just link my drama playlist, and I will. And then you got my radio play script, so there's that too. Now, we have my Generation 2 character list, because at the time I was very concerned about making things as professional as possible. So all the people that I drew in Generation 2, they're all here. Every single 100 of them. For whatever reason. I haven't actually done one of these, I don't think, since. But it's there. Ah, this. I remember this. This is a script called What a Waste. Basically, it's from me and this guy named Elias. When I was part of this drama program that I took in grade 9 to make up for the fact that I wasn't part of the drama program in school. So this was the drama class I took, which ended up being canceled and done online because of COVID. So I never actually memorized the script. I just read it behind the screen, and I think you can still find this on my channel. I'll have to look around, but yeah, no, it's not even like a script you can find online. This is a script that me and Elias and the producer, whatever, wrote, because there's literally just the two of us in class. Usually there was more, but there wasn't. So we wrote this. We were going to perform it. This was our idea. We spent weeks working on it, and then we never got to. So yeah, it's called What a Waste, which is ironic because that time really was. And then we got this, and I remember this, but this was like during, like, towards the beginning of me drawing my paper characters. Alex made this Rosalina one for me. So this is actually not even mine, this is Alex's. Which is, whatever, it's my gift, so I mean, I suppose it's fair. Now this, I remember doing in Civics and Careers. This is my coat of arms template. So it's just a yin and yang type thing with a wolf, like a lone wolf type thing. Some kind of power, like me pointing or something. That symbol, I forget what that symbol means, but it was something that I thought was cool. A hand holding a heart, and someone thinking. So, I don't know, but I got a, I think I got a 4 on this. I got perfect on this, yeah. And this was in Civics and Careers, so it means nothing, but, you know, it's there. And then, you know, like I said, here's Gen 1, the list of people I did in Generation 1 of my paper characters. So again, not that important. I did them both back to back, and then I haven't done that since. I might actually do that, but I'm not sure. And then there's this. This was written... Yes, no. Anywho, this was written in grade 10. No, this was written grade 9. This is March 3rd, 2020. So this is my grade 9 performance. Not performance. This is my grade 9. It was some kind of paragraph type thing, and it's not very long, so I guess I'll read it for you. But this is still when I had a tutor, which was interesting. But it's labeled A Relationship Like No Other. Essentially what it says, and this is literally word for word what I put. Friends are simply a jaw-dropping, eye-opening roller coaster ride that will flip anyone's world on its head. These marvelous bonds called friends will impact your life as you ride your way through tons of experiences, emotions, and changes. A common phrase I've heard is, friends will come and go. When I heard this phrase the first time, I thought it was false. I later realized that it was the experiences I shared with these friends that mattered, rather than if they left me or not. For example, what would a birthday party be like without friends? Simply one friend can help you have the best time of your life. Hey, I've made that performance happen. Anywho, at my last birthday party, my friends and I hung out at my house, and it was the most memorable thing I've ever had. These moments, experiences, and memories are what will stay with me for the rest of my life. Friends will unlock emotions, some of which you didn't even know we had, some of which will surprise you. I'm going to get a little serious now. When I was in grade 8, I was really depressed, yet my friends made me feel appreciated, loved, and important in my life, which I had thought were no longer feelings that existed within me. If you have the right friends that can lift you up, cherish them. Do you still not believe? If you reflect and really look at yourself, you realize that friends have built up your life, maybe even more than you've noticed. Parker and Taylor changed me in grade 1, giving me a love for Nintendo video games. Kezia recently introduced me to Stranger Things. This has caused my interest in sci-fi TV shows to grow into what it has become today. It takes one impelling suggestion from a friend to alter your personality without noticing how much they might have impacted you. As you move through this journey called life, you will come to realize the most meaningful experiences and memories were made with the people you call friends. So that was, you know, I don't know if I got an actual mark on that. It doesn't say, but that was grade 9 me. So honestly, not that bad. Probably some of the most sentimental you'll ever see me in terms of that. Okay, so I got an A on it, but it doesn't have a date. This was about a guy named Otto Dies. Wilhelm Heinrich Otto Dies. I'm just basically an artist from World War I, and I would read everything out for you, but I have no idea what it's about, and I think I did this in grade 8. I remember doing this in grade 8, so this is a grade 8 project of mine. It's very big, very beautiful, and it's about an artist named Otto Dies. So, yeah. I don't remember anything about that. I apologize. Oh, dude, this is thick. Oh, dude. Oh, I remember what this is. Okay, so basically the context behind these was, for a time, and Liam will corroborate this because me and Liam did this together at one point. We went to a Glenhurst art class together. I took art classes for years, and there was this, my instructor, I remember him, his name was Drew. He was so cool, so fun. I enjoyed Drew as a teacher so much before he retired. And Drew, he was a big nerd and whatnot, like me and Liam and them, so that was cool. At the time, like I said, I was really obsessed with, I was really obsessed with superheroes. So I was starting to make my own comic. And I have no idea how to show this properly. Wow, this is actually very, very interesting. So basically we got the first panel here. It says the DNA from criminals and evildoers were taken and fused to make a ghost named the Raz. Due to the evil DNA, he knew evil ways, I think? He knew evil only. So that's the Raz right there. He basically woke up in a tornado type thing in the city. He flew down into the sewer because he's kind of like a gaseous kind of thing. He's a ghost, obviously. And so he says, where am I? I need a disguise. That's his first thought. He pops up here. It says, later that very day, how convenient, because again, I was sassy. And then you cut to these guys, and this was like a gang of some sort. The Brian Warpill, because Warpill is a great last name. The Gang Town. It's just called the Gang Town, apparently. But you got these guys, a guy with a big P on his thing. His name is Payne. You got this guy with the gloves and whatnot, very cocky, very arrogant. His name is Shockmaster. And this guy, I assume, is Brian Warpill. Anywho, so Brian Warpill gets stabbed. And then basically the other two, his comrades, scream no because they're concerned about it. He in his dying ways, with his helmet on top of his face, Dr. Payne, or whatever his name is, he says, get him to Doctor's secret, which means whatever to me. And then you get this picture right here, the Raz wearing his jacket. And it says, he defeated Warpill and the gang. So he was very concerned. There's just a random point out there. I think I took inspiration from Megamind for that. Basically, it's in a dark room now, apparently, because I had no idea how to break it up. It's in a dark room. There's a light going on. It says, Doc, we need you. The gang's in trouble. So apparently, I can't tell who's the bad guys and who's the good guys in this. So basically, the Doc is not available right now, is what that says. And then this one says, you're not the Doc. What do you do with him? And so he shoots the Shockmaster and Payne. And then there's this guy. Same thing I just did to you. So very edgy moment. I actually really like that. I'm a big fan of that. Then I get to this one. It's, what's your name and how did you defeat them? So he doesn't even know who he is yet. But it's a big thing. It's very Megamind based. And then I has no name. So he doesn't know English very well. And then the reporter says, I think he said his name was Raz. So that's how he gets his name. And so he's confused. And then it cuts off halfway through. And then he gets hit. And then he's shook. And then this guy drags his dead friends out here. And he says, I believe I defeated the gang. So he turns on his own people. And then he goes over here and says, what do you think you're doing, punk? So it's a face-off between those two guys. And then there's this guy in a car, and it says, "My friend went to jail, and oh, and two mutants are about to brawl. Could today get any worse?" Just a sarcastic guy in the front of his car, and I don't even know. Anywho, that's the entire first page. I have 3 pages apparently of this story from my art class. Very interesting comic book. Anywho, I don't know if any if that was decent. I'm gonna put the first video out, and like hopefully you guys give me suggestions depending on what you want to see about it. I'm gonna try and make it operate more smoothly this next time around. But that's gonna wrap it up for today. So the other pages of this will come very, very soon. Wait, but if there's only 3 pages, how come it's so thick? What the shit? What the? This is just all my superhero stuff? There's like 5 pages of this. Anywho, yeah, this has been a very wonderful blast from the past for me. So, yeah, we'll see this very soon. Anywho, thank you everyone, assuming you're still here, for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more of this, more gaming vlogs, what else comes. I will see you all very, very soon. Later, guys.